Hi everyone, my name is Fidelis Cruz. I am the go-to life coach for the faith-filled entrepreneur. I'm excited to be here today with my beautiful friend Katie Maynes. She is a brilliant PR and media specialist and also coach, and she's been doing this for 18 years. So 18 years she's been in the industry. She's full of wisdom, and I've had the privilege to be in the panelist with her in the Beautiful You Coaching Academy Inspiration Day. So I'm excited that she's here today with me. Hi, Katie. Thanks for coming.
Thanks for having me, Fidelis. It's just beautiful being able to connect again and, be able to have this conversation.
Yeah, and you know what's different about today is this is real life stuff. We're not on stage today, so you might be hearing some noise on the background. We have someone doing some drilling near my house and yeah, we're using natural light, so this is a different kind of interview, so a little bit more casual, but I'm just excited that our hope for today is to be able to share what we've learned in the academy, in the inspirational day, and take the conversation from that interview and bring it to you guys, and in hopes that it'll help you in your business as well in regards to PR and media. So we've got the right person here. She's the specialist, she knows, she's the guru. So Katie, tell us a little bit more about PR and media, because some people get it a bit confused. You know, what is PR, what is media, and what is the marketing all about? So tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, it's a good question because and it's changing and evolving so much as well that many of those functions are now meshed sort of within each other. But PR, when I finished uni many, many years ago now, the definition for PR was always the communication between a brand or business and its public. And that still exists. That's exactly the same. Nothing has changed there. But what has changed is now the communication between a brand or a business and its public. There's so many ways that you can do it. You know, it used to really be quite limited, I guess. But now, we know with social media and everything else that you can communicate in a second in many more ways. So with PR, media very much, or media relations, sits within PR, and that is really about sharing your story with the media or through the media. And then marketing obviously is overarching all of that, and there's so many elements to marketing around selling your service or product and building trust as well. But I think that the main thing is that all of those functions work holistically together, and that they can help each other out, and you don't sort of do one on its own. And if you sort of think along those lines, that's really the best way to do it. But where there is a really big overlap, I guess, is with content marketing, so blogging and podcasting, that can be seen as PR and is also marketing. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter, as long as I said that you are ensuring that they're all part of a really good comms plan. Can't go wrong.
Yeah, wonderful. And I love what you mentioned before. This is what Katie was saying, was we need to look at it in a holistic way. And, what's important is really showing up for your business. And, I was just saying that as an entrepreneur, it's really important that we really show up for ourselves. We show up for our business. Why? It's because, we are serving people, and how are they going to find us if we're not showing up, right? So how would our ideal clients find us if we're not, in the platforms that we should be at? So it's important that we do show up for ourselves and for our clients. And Katie, will you tell us, how does it work for some people that are, just starting out, and, they do want to get themselves out there in media, but they just don't know what to do? Like, what's the first thing they should do?
Yeah. There are things that you can probably even do and start to do today that will make a difference, which is excellent. Obviously, the first thing is that you should probably think about what's holding you back, or have a think about, if it is sort of something around mindset, and that I'm just really quite fearful about putting myself out there. Just explore that a little bit, because I think that before you go out to the media, it's always good to do that so that you kind of bring your full self to the opportunity. But in terms of getting yourself out there and getting some media coverage, the things that you can do are, you can think about it, and this is the easiest way to think about it, because often a block that people have is that it's quite scary to do media relations, and journalists are scary. How do I approach it? But if you think about it from the sense that you're helping out a journalist, so they really need content, help provide them with content, then that is going to help you with your pitch. And so thinking along those lines, the ways that you can get onto it straight away is to think, well, how can I help a journalist out today? Where are they going to source their information, or where are they asking for information? And there are platforms like an Australia Source Bottle that you can sign up to if you haven't already. And then there are other similar platforms, say in the US, like Hero, Help a Reporter Out, and and there's all sorts of other ones. All you need to do is sort of Google it and look into these media platforms. But you can sign up, and it basically gives you a list of areas that are your areas of expertise, and you tick those, and then you'll receive an email each day, and you can go through and work out the requests. And look, I do get some clients say, oh, it can come across as quite spammy and does it really work? But I can personally say it does. I've been featured in Cosmo because of Source Bottle. So I think persevere, and it's just a way of just getting your confidence up, and if you can get sort of one piece of coverage, hopefully from there. So that's one way. Another way is Twitter. So Twitter probably is the social media account that is most popular with journalists. It depends, though, what area you're in. Like, you might find that Instagram is another place you'll find journos. But, yeah, Twitter predominantly used to be the one that was the place that you would go to. And they even have hashtags like journo request that you can look up. So it's worth doing that and becoming familiar, I guess, with the journalists that from the publications or outlets that you know your audience would be consuming, because that's the place to go. So I would definitely encourage you to jump on Twitter, and even if you're not on it, just have a look at the different journalists on there and what they're posting. And then the third thing that you can do, which you're probably doing already and it's really fun, is just to start consuming your media. So, or the media you like to feature in. So whether or not that is Peppermint Magazine, read it, but read it from a content point of view of, well, what are they actually featuring? Is there particular stories that I could contribute to, or angles that I think would work with this? Or the same would go for podcasts that you're listening to. Are there particular podcasts that you think that you could add real value to? So once you start doing that, you'll become familiar with the journalist or the podcast host and the content that they cover, and that will help you when it comes to pitching.
Wow, that's a lot. Thank you so much. When, as you were saying and as you were talking, I'm already excited about how I can implement that in my business, because that's incredible. And I think as we were discussing before, it's really all about intention, and really intentionally reaching for those kind of opportunities as well for your business. As I was saying, it's really important that we show up for our business and look for ways where how can we really show up so that our clients can find us easily. It could be scary, and we've been there. Like, Katie and I were in the panelists just last week on the weekend, and it was just we were nervous as well, and we were just discussing that even if you've been in the industry for 18 years, for 4 years, you'll always have those nervousness and the feeling of how can I do this? How can I even put myself out there? But one of the things we discussed was, start small and gradually get yourself out there and build the confidence bit by bit. And how can you do that? You could do that through, slowly writing your blog, slowly making your videos, doing little Facebook Live. If you can't do it on a public platform, you can do it like in your own private group at first, or Insta stories, and just slowly build up your confidence, having your name out there.
Such a great point. Yeah, it's all about small steps to build your confidence, and doing that through your own platforms is such a great way to start, because you test things as well, and you can test the stories that seem to work with your community and those that don't. And just a Facebook Live or an Instagram Live, or hopping up on stories, that will give you confidence, and the only way that you will get confidence in that area is by doing it again and again.
And I remember one of the things that helped me gain some of these PR opportunities as well was because I was intentional. Every month I made sure to contact at least 3, either magazine, radio, or a blogging platform. So that's something that you might want to try in your business as well, is to create a schedule so you're intentional about reaching out to these platforms. So that's plenty of tips today. So
I think prioritizing, because we're all so busy with our businesses, but that's such a great idea because it helps you prioritize those opportunities, having some sort of routine around it. I think
Yeah, wonderful. So I'm really grateful for you, Katie, for your time and for being on with me today. We've learned so much from the Inspiration Day, and even now as we have our conversation, I feel like it's great that we talk about this because, we need each other. We're here together as entrepreneurs, and it can get, overwhelming trying to get your name out there and your brand out there. But when we come from a place of service and we understand that, this is really not about us, it's more on serving, and really we could be the answer to someone else's problem, right? We could be the answer to someone's prayer that, I needed that today and I needed to hear that story, and we were able to share it to that person. It could be that very thing they were waiting on to break through in their life. So just remember that your story is important, and it's, and it's significant, and you were made to be able to share that. And we do it because it's for a bigger purpose. Not just to get our name out there, but to really, really serve our community. So thank you, Katie. I'm so grateful for you. Will you tell us where we can find you?
Yeah, definitely. So my online home is Katie Maynes, so KatieMaynes.com.au. And my social media handles are the same, so Katie Maynes on Instagram and Facebook.
Yay.
And I should mention that I do have a PR planner you can access via my website, but I basically put that together because I was having a lot of people ask me, well, how do I even start? Like, what do I do? And that's some of the things I've covered today, but it's also asking you some really important questions to get started about what is your why? Why do you want to do this in the first place? Who is the target audience that you want to go out to, and the target media and your key messages. So please, if you do sort of really want to get started, check that out and have a look.
Definitely. I'll be making sure that I get that as well today. So thank you so much. So generous of you. And thank you for all the tips that we've learned today. And I'm looking forward to your podcast, which is coming up soon. So we'll be hearing more from Katie. So guys, make sure to connect. And and just watch this space, because Kate is going to have her podcast and we're all excited about it.
And I'll be interviewing you too.
Yay! Wonderful. So thanks guys for watching. I hope that this was a blessing to you and that it will help you in your business, that you'll be able to implement all of this right now in your business and start to get your name out there, and be courageous and own your story. So I hope you have a wonderful week, and we'll catch you guys on social media. Bye.